Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for Nerds by Nerds, and today I'm hanging out with a guest, Scott from Chartopia, and
Hello,
he's
hello.
joining us from in the middle of the night over in New Zealand right now. So I want to thank you for dragging yourself out of bed super early or staying up super late, as the case may be.
Oh no, this was early today. This is a 4 a.m. start for me. I had the day off already, so yeah, I'm ready to just sleep the rest of the morning away after this. But no, I'm very happy to be here, Dave. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. So Chartopia, for anybody that is interested or doesn't know, is basically free digital software you can use to make any kind of random encounter, or not random encounter, but random chart or table for your tabletop role playing games. I guess you could use it for anything you want randomness for, actually. Uh,
Oh
but
yes.
but for us nerds, we're thinking tabletop role playing games. It's pretty cool. You guys have been working on this for a little while, and it's just you and your partner, Glenn.
That's us. Yes. No. Glenn's the coder guy. I'm the vision guy. I'm the one with the role playing background. Glenn has come into this stuff brand new. He didn't know what was going on 2 years ago. When we were first talking about it, he came to me with this app for character builders and said, "Oh, there's already something like this out there." And I said, "No, this is what we're talking about. There's not really that market like there is for character builders and stuff like that." I said, "Look, this is going to be something new that we are working on. I think it's I think it's got a lot of breath to it. It's got a lot of potential to it." And so yeah, we've been toiling away for the last couple of years. Glenn's been absolutely amazing. We've got this excellent service right now, and we're just moving strength to strength.
Nice. I've seen you guys innovate a little bit, even since I was first introduced to Chartopia. Uh, it had to be over a year ago. I could have been
Oh
two.
yeah.
I'm not even sure at this point. But I know when you first launched it, there wasn't the chart within the charts, and now you can have subcharts to your charts,
Oh
all
yes.
randomized. So how about a little bit deeper into the origin story? So you and Glenn, you guys have been friends. You met on the internet.
Okay. Glenn and I actually met at a party. We didn't know each other very well before this. We talked to each other about. I had this idea, and I wanted to talk to someone who was involved in making programs and apps. What this would look like, how practical it would be, like this is an easy thing to do and stuff like that. And he really took an interest, and so we've sort of been working together, and just gotten to know each other on the job. Basically, we're actually we basically start, our friendship started as business partners. Basically, he saw the potential, and he's been with me ever since.
And how long ago was that? When did you guys actually get started?
Um, we started talking about it mid to late 2014, and then we had a few conversations about it. The first time an actual rollable program where you could create your own tables and stuff was a thing. That was that was about early 2015, maybe about March. And then it's just steamrolled it on since then.
So has Glenn developed any desire to play tabletop role playing games?
It's funny you mentioned that. He has in fact been getting into the Star Wars side of things. He's purchased one of the Edge of the Empire Fantasy Flight books. I can't remember which one. He's actually been enjoying. I can't even remember the name of the show now. But he's been watching a live play of a group that plays Star Wars, and I watched it once. They dress up. I was impressed, and he has, in fact, I think as a once off, he has ran his own game of the Star Wars game. I made sure he's got his own set of your classic polyhedrons with a dice bag to put them in. So he's basically equipped should the urge take him to get into this hobby of ours. But no, I think he's getting there. I think we just need to work on him a little bit. But you know, in between making miracles on the service anyway.
Well, that was the other thing I want to say. Between him probably having a regular day job and then also building Chartopia with you on the side, probably takes up a good majority of his time.
Oh, he has got a lot of projects and irons in the fire. His full-time job is basically, from what I understand, is basically just doing very similar things in terms of development and things like that. But his side project, he's putting in hours every day. It's been an absolute force of nature. I wish I had put as much time in as myself when I could, but it just hasn't been. I haven't had that opportunity all the time. But no, we've both been just recently. It's been both of us just really getting into it. I've been tuning out a lot of tables, generating a lot of interest, doing a lot of promo work, and just making sure that we have. What am I trying to say here? Making sure that we have content and awareness, and basically trying to plug it as and when I can. So yeah.
Yeah, I know you guys have done like I think a lot of the tables and charts from Out of the Abyss. I think you've done Curse of Strahd as well.
Yep. Yeah. So we've we to sort of highlight how useful this service can be. We've recreated Curse of Strahd, Out of the Abyss, and Tales from the Yawning Portal, but also the first part of Tyranny of Dragons, Horde of the Dragon Queen. That one actually didn't have a lot of tables, and I was like, well, we're gonna do the second part, but Rise of Tiamat has like one table, so it kind of fell by the wayside there. It's like, yes, we got 100% 100% usability for Rise of Tiamat with their one table.
Yeah, well, you know, the bar was low, so it was easy for you guys to hit it.
We haven't yet. No, it's we should get onto that. Maybe that's something we'll do next. But maybe that's a question someone can ask us. What product should we do next? Doesn't even have to be 5th edition. Has anyone got any ideas about what we should do? No, we're obviously not interested in trying to recreate. We're not trying to do any. We're not trying to make something which robs the book of its potential. Of course, it is purely meant to be a useful aid, because we're just creating the tables. If you need to know what the encounters are like, what the contents of the encounters are like, when to roll on them, what the stats for the creatures are, you still need the books, of course. But in terms of being able to just have them all in one place, you just press a button, and instead of having to roll, oh, is there going to be an encounter? Yes, there is. What's the encounter going to be? Let's roll again. Oh, it's going to be a terrain encounter with creatures. Okay, what's the terrain? It's this. What's the chance of the terrain having I don't know, sturges in there, and are there going to be zombies attacking or skeletons? How many? Roll again, roll again, roll again. So we've got all of that in one place. You just need to press that roll button once, and it delivers all the results for you. So very,
Streamlined.
very, yeah, very streamlined, very user friendly. And if you know that they're going to be traveling for 10 hours and you need to roll 10 times, you just go bam, bam, bam. You let them tell you what they're going to be doing. That's something I'm quite fond of. I just have my phone out. I'm just like, okay, so you're traveling, and so what are you doing that day? Oh, okay, you're going to saunter over in this direction, and this person's on the point. Okay, well, about that, and you give them the chance to sort of talk about what's happening through the day before you spring on the what's actually happening. Because I know I've got too much of a tell myself. I roll and I know there's an encounter, and then my eyebrows raise, and some of my more observant players figure out that something's happening. So being able to spring that on them is quite handy.
So is there an app for it as well? So is it mobile ready?
That is something that we're working on. It is just a website at the moment, but the website is mobile friendly. It's all devices friendly. So you just need to, whatever it is that you can take to your gaming table, laptop, phone, tablet, whatever, this Chartopia will work on it. I think we should probably actually go into a bit of details about exactly what it is, because we talk about the vision and stuff as well, if that's okay. Because
Yeah, no.
I just sort of, yeah, it's kind of one of those things that's hard to explain. I mean, basically, we want this to be, our goal is basically that when someone has a random table, when they need that inspiration for their game, we want Chartopia to be what they think of. We want them to be able to come to our website, which may be an app one day. That is something that we are working on in the background, and we want people to be able to just the first place they think of going to isn't finding the right rule book or turning to the right page or going, oh, there's this one really good blog where they post all this amazing stuff, so I just need to go to my browser and look up that one blog and check the post date because it was sometime last year. We want them to just be able to go, let's go to Chartopia, let's type in we need a random encounter in a forest, or we need an elf name, something like that. And so just people will upload tables for themselves to use. So it's not just about us making tables, of course, but about a community of people who make tables as well. Everyone can share them. You can collate them. So if you wanted a hit list of all your character names or character name generators, you can create a list for them. If you are running Curse of Strahd, you can create a list, a favorites list. So all your Curse of Strahd tables are in one place. So it's hope. The dream is, we've got a big dream, so let's hope we hit it.
Well, you guys just need to keep plugging away and build that community, and that's what it is. It's community driven. The
Oh
more
yeah,
people involved in the community, the more charts, the more tables that everyone's going to have access
definitely.
to. Do you know how many tables and charts have been created so far?
I do. We have got a total of 770 charts, which are 563 are publicly available, and we've got a few more than 770, but this is just purely charts where someone has put a name to it rather than just using a default name. So basically, if someone created a chart, then it's on there. But the 770 people have made something rather than just a blank table.
So there's at least 770 tables on there.
Yeah. But for the average person coming in, 500, there's over 500 tables. It's a lot of it is D&D because that's where I come from. That's my jam at the moment. But there's also some generic fantasy. There's a lot of Star Wars, a bit of Firefly even, and we're trying to get all the genres that we can. We're trying to basically, like I say, have a system which is just where you go to for games.
So I'm going to jump into the chat soon, but first, Paul Turner from Patreon had some questions. One, he said it's a nice resource. And have you ever used your list to run a completely random game?
Now, I actually, I saw that when he posted it, and I thought, well, that is an undertaking. I mean, yeah, he basically wanted just nothing but content created from random tables. Is basically how I looked at that, and that is certainly something that you can we want people to be able to do. There's creature encounters. There's names. There's so much you can roll for treasure. You can roll for the names. You go to a tavern, you roll in the name of that. We've got everything basically. So I haven't done that yet. I certainly appreciate the I certainly appreciate the design of doing that, the intention of doing that. I did run a game once of just a short little session. Can I swear on this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah, because there was whothefukismydndcharacter.com, and we basically just went around the table, and this is pre-Chartopia. We just went around the table, we rolled on a bunch of times and said, your character is this, and your character is this, and so that's the character that everyone played for the game. So we had some great ones. I think my favorite was the Gnome Barbarian, who was from the banking guild, who wouldn't stop talking about her family. So I mean, how can you beat that for a character? You know,
that's a great site. I'm sure many of us have toyed with that one before.
Oh yes, yeah, the old classic Gnome Barbarian from the banking guild. What a trope. So
in the chat, Aaron Marks keeps asking about, have you guys looked into integration with virtual tabletop, any of the virtual tabletops out there? Yeah, and would you consider doing that?
That kind of integration is, I've honestly never thought about it. If there's anyone from Roll20 watching this right now, call me. And we'll talk. We haven't. It's certainly something we I guess we kind of thought of ourselves as being a bit something that could work alongside it. But if we can integrate, hey, no, we are certainly. It's certainly something that we'd be open to, definitely.
Well, I know a guy that knows a guy, so I can put you in touch. I hadn't even actually thought about that because we don't really use the virtual tabletops over here that much. Yeah, so Aaron also thinks it might be a way to monetize, which is good. Staff writer Doug, any plans to implement chart features that are just tables?
This is a big one.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out exactly what he's asking.
How about you just hit at me raw? We'll see what we can do.
All right, we'll go with that. Any plans to implement chart features that are just tables, like the clean look and functionality of Chartopia? I create tables a lot, and having them all in one place would be cool. So I wonder if he's asking about like how to organize them.
So we've got a tagging system. So you can. So if you wanted to have all your stuff in one place, you can just create a tag so that people just need to search for that one tag. You can provide a link to just be able to go, for someone to click it and go bam. We actually do have a plan for grouping of similar tables so that if someone did want to create a bunch of tables for one thing, the system can just do that for you and create a group of similar tables. That's something that Glenn's actually quite passionate about. It was his initiative to do that. So I guess he's going to be thrilled to hear that there's a need for that. But also in terms of collating for your own personal use, we do have the system of curating your own lists of tables, which is just we're just calling it the folder system at the moment. So on any table that you like, you do need to have an account for this function. Anyone can go to Chartopia right now and roll on tables, but this feature you need to create an account.
A free account.
Free account. Yeah, no credit card number needed. And you just need to, if you see a table you like, you can add it to your folder system. And so I've got one for any kind of treasure. So anytime I'm going, okay, you've beaten the bad guys, so let's see what loot you got. I just go bam and hit that roll button, and I've got whatever encounters worth of treasure I need. So I kind of think that's what you're getting at there, Doug. But
he actually clarified, so I got him now. But first of all, thank you, Scott Franklin. He just signed up just went over and created his account. So he just picked up another user. So what Doug actually wants to know is he wants to be able to create tables that aren't random, basically like a list of domain spells. Because what he's saying is he likes how Chartopia is set up. He likes the look, and if he wanted to just create tables that weren't random, could he? That's what he would. That's the functionality that he's actually asking about.
Okay. So basically like a reference sheet sort of thing, like if X then Y, not necessarily roll to get a bunch of things. Well, right now you could do that anyway. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from having a list of 50 things. You're not bound by conventional dice. You can Chartopia breaks the rules of physics. So you can roll whatever sided shaped dice you want. We put reality bending technology into our system to do just that. Yeah, and right now, if you wanted a table just as a reference, you can certainly do that. In terms of having that as a properly implemented feature, I think we may need to have a bit more of a think about that. So if there's any, if there's any sort of ideas that anyone has, even if you're talking about this after the fact, even if you're seeing this like months later, there'll be comments, we'll be checking them, and we'll see what's out there.
To me, it sounds like that would actually be like the easiest of functions to add to Chartopia. You'd be like, what? Oh, there's no random roll on this table?
Yeah, just don't roll on it. Yeah, we'll disable the roll button.
Yeah, so I think that one's pretty easy. And I'm thinking the whole time after, as you're talking and after I read it and realized what he wanted, I'm like, but there's a roll button. How will someone not roll? Click the roll button.
Yeah, we make that button too tempting. No, it's right. It's such a friendly, welcoming blue button. How can you not press it? All joking aside, though, it's worth noting Chartopia can be used if dice rolling is your jam. You don't need to press that roll button. It is 100% okay to just get out your old get your dice bag out, roll your favorite D20 that you've been rolling since you were a teenager, and consult the charts yourself. Like, it's set up to work that way. I've been talking about how useful the functionality is. I love that roll button. And everything that Glenn has done, but it is designed for if you need to roll them bones yourself, that's there for you. We got you covered.
So Aaron is saying it could be almost like a game show, like whose line is it anyway? Absolutely, and the points don't matter. But this time, instead of points, we can give out XP, which is kind of funny because it brings up like a story from our game the other night where Ted needed information as the GM and offered up XP for it to any of the players that could provide it for him. But here's kicker. But here's the kicker. In our games, we just level people up. We don't do XP.
And a random XP generator would be amazing. You slayed the ancient dragon in its lair. Here's 50 XP. Yeah. No, that would be table mutant. That would be mutiny at the table. You can't. Chartopia does not condone these actions. We're not responsible for any chaos that unfolds at the table because of something you rolled on. So we just need to put that out there. You know, where anyone who dies because someone rolled 10 beholders on a table. That's we need to put a little a bit of a clause there, I think, so that's not on us.
Yeah, you should take your inspiration from the inside cover of all the Wizards books.
Oh
That
yes,
funny
yes.
little snippet. So I think we need a random generator for what Nerdarchy video to watch. There's only like 1,800 and some videos to enter into that table.
We can currently go to 1,000, so we might have to do maybe that is maybe do that once a year. Just 2017 Nerdarchy, all the tables from this year. Just press the button and see which one you should roll next. We can put links in it if you want.
1,000 was that a programming obstacle, or is that just a number you guys picked?
That's something we sort of had to put something in there to just sort of draw a line and say no more than this. That's the number that we chose. I've since realized actually one person has got a 10,000 table. So what's that? That's 5 d10s you have to roll. I think that for the most part, 1,000 is a pretty good. It's going to cover most people for the most part, but we'll see. I mean, if I'm wrong, we can certainly review that. We can certainly stretch that out. We just didn't want to have people like saying, okay, roll a D100,000, and then the subtable from that is another D100,000, and then there's D2 millions that you have to roll after that, and so on and so forth. We sort of had to go, for the sake of sanity, what is going to be practical.
Absolutely. So since James just kind of inspired me to do the roll call now, his question is, what is a Kiwi doing up so late, and why am I still up at this hour? So I wonder if that's one of your fellow countrymen.
Kiwis are nocturnal animals, my friend. So this is perfectly natural.
Not really. Yeah.
No. When you came, I mean, as we've talked about this day, when you came to me and said, hey, do you want to do a live interview? I did make sure, no, it has to be on these days, and it has to be at 12. So I happen to have a couple of days off, so I'm here. I'm just here for the love. I'm here for my baby. I'm here for my baby.
I'm surprised at all the people that I'm able to get on here, because I figure most people either have muggle jobs that are going to be in the way, or it's a crazy hour time for other people. But we've been doing pretty well with it. They're starting to chime in. Nice. We got Jeffrey in Knoxville, Tennessee, Andrew and Christy, Corpus Christi, Megan's in Ohio, Evil Silly Putty, Minnesota. We got Doug in Cleveland, Regilio in Utah, Scott Franklin, Columbia, South Carolina. We got Aaron Marks, Pacific Northwest. We got Paul in Pittsburgh, Brian in New York City.
We've got a lot of interests. Hello, everyone.
We've got Israel in Nevada. Let's see. We got Toronto in the house, more Tennessee, more Kansas, Sweden. Nice. So we got
Sweden, nice.
Yep, Niagara Falls. We got people chiming in from all over the place. Fort Wayne, Indiana, Virginia.
Let me just give a greeting to you. It's good to meet you. There actually, you joked about Nerdarchy content, but there actually is already a Nerdarchy table on there, Dave. Do you remember that one?
I do, because I rolled on it a few times.
Yeah, that was when I was making some content. When I've actually got a few articles on nerdarchy.com, not that many, but when I was very thrilled when we were on there, and so I made a thank you table. So it picks a random gesture, a random phrase of appreciation. It picks it rolls a d4 and it picks one of the 4 nerdarchists to thank.
So we've dwindled now. So now I'll have to. Now one of them's a former nerdarchist.
Oh no!
We have to edit the we have to edit the table. We have to edit Ryan
Oh,
out. We're also going to edit him out all the videos. We're going to blur over where he's at.
oh, you just crop over him. I think they did that with like Destiny's Child. They did like a greatest hits thing, and it's like I don't even know which one it was, but they just sort of zoomed in on the 3 that hadn't quit. And yeah, so he's the oh gosh, I can't even think of an example. But he's the guy that quit the band first.
Yeah. It's all good though. We just saw him Saturday night. He was gaming with us for Ted's campaign. Let's see. There was another question here. Is there a cap on the random, so I don't get a conclave of beholder for a low-level group? That would actually be dependent on the kind of table you built. So one of the things to keep in mind is Chartopia is a service for you to go in there and build whatever tables you want. But what Scott's saying is it's also community driven. So it's, also tables that other people have built. So it's a matter of finding the table that fits the parameters you're looking for, or creating that table.
Indeed, and there is a lot of stuff that's already there. Like I'm saying, 563 tables. That's a good chunk of that is Glenn and I working at it, but there is plenty on there. Now, if you want that table of D100 beholders, then you have to make that, my friend, because I'm pretty sure we don't have that there. If you don't want that table, then find one that only has a D20 beholders, I guess. That's a much more manageable number.
Yeah. So Bill asks, this might have been asked already. If so, sorry, but have you thought of putting a Warhammer 40K tables in there? So again, that kind of goes back to what I said. Like, whatever tables are in there are from the users putting them in there. They're providing you the vehicle to get access those tables and create those tables. So literally, if you feel like there should be 40K Warhammer tables, you can go in there, make a free account, and start building those tables.
Yeah, if you're talking about like licensed 40K content, basically, if you're talking about because Warhammer's not traditional. I mean, I know that there's role-playing systems and stuff, but that is Warhammer is a different beast to traditionally speaking, wargaming on tables. And we've actually talked about this. Like, I've had a wargamer come to me and say, "What about if I want to have names for my guys?" Some people actually do generate names for their World War II miniature combat games, and it's like, well, hey, look, we just need that game in there. We do actually have a few first name, last name generators. If you just typed in surname or full name into the search bar on Chartopia, you'll see we've actually got a few. It was designed for Curse of Strahd, but Roma, Czech, Hungarian, Romanian. We've got a bunch of them in there already. They're all, so if you want, if this is something that you think that can benefit your non-tabletop gaming thing, like we've talked about people. I've talked to writers as well, just saying, hey, this is great. Just random inspiration for writing, random inspiration for character names, for prompts, for scenarios. So this is something that's got a lot of legs to it. We've started from a tabletop environment because that's my jam, but anyone who needs inspiration for anything basically can come to Chartopia and find something that works.
So since you guys have taken like a lot of the random tables for the different adventures throughout, have you guys thought about grabbing the ones out of the DMG? Like, literally, that would be build your adventure because you could literally do the random dungeon.
Well, see, that's something that I've that's something I've sort of implemented personally. We do have some of the stuff from the DMG, namely the treasure hoard generator and stuff like that. But the stuff that when we recreate what someone else has done from a book or something like that, yeah, I don't want, I don't want Watts lawyers coming to my door. But it's always been with the intention of it being a supplement to what's already there. So if we went to the DMG and we took, because I mean, don't get me wrong, I have seen that dungeon table and it's awesome. But if we made that publicly available, then we're basically saying, here, we're just, don't buy the DMG because we've got it here. But with the table, with the treasure generator, that's only going to be useful if you, when it comes to magic items, you need to know what those magic items are. We don't tell you that what a bag of holding does. You need to get that book out and have a read. You still need that book to know what you're dealing with. But if you're just rolling a treasure table, well, bam, we'll tell you what to look up so you know what you're dealing with. No, but we're not. That's not what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to take that away from people who put a lot of hard effort into it.
No, good point. Well stated. So Aaron Marks, I know he means this jokingly, but you can do a table within a table for Nerdarchy episodes, seasons to watch, how many D4, etc. Actually, yeah. So just to add to that is the fact that you can do the tables within a table. So that's another great feature of Chartopia is hit a button. Is there a maximum number of subtables?
Not that I'm aware of. No, that's a very good question. I might have to pop that question to Glenn, but near as I can tell, you can have tables within a table within a table within a table. And I'll tell you what, for Out of the Abyss, you need that. When I was recreated them, that was an undertaking. It was 100 tables to begin with, between creating all the tables and then all the dice rolls to determine the encounter, and then the master tables to determine to thread everything together. And you were going from the is there an encounter to the type of the encounter to and then are you stationary or not stationary, but then it goes into the creatures, and then does the creature have a leader? Is the leader carrying any treasure? And pardon me, but it's just so many. It's just so many tables within tables within tables. Yeah, no, it was very. It made me realize how important this content was, because you would need all of this to be able to just go to because otherwise if you didn't have this, you'd be like, okay, so there's an encounter, let's turn the book to the next page, okay, roll that. So we've just gotten all that, we've moved all that away with it. And again, like I was saying before, you still do need the book. It's still going to be, eventually you're going to need to get to a point where you need to read what that is. You're going to need to turn to the stats section to know what the statistics are. But in terms of saving you all that time, we're there for you. We got you.
So Kurt must have just jumped, either is gone there previously or has just jumped over there. Chartopia lists are definitely inspiring. Beggars and pole arms and magical objects, oh my.
Yes, so that was, I haven't actually had a look at that one. I think that was something that that might have been something that, oh, is he saying that's the name of a table, or is he just...
No, he might be listing tables that he's found over there.
Oh, very good. No, there's a lot of interesting stuff in there. I do actually, I had one. Where did it go? I do have one to show. I do have one to show just to sort of give people an idea of what we've got. This is actually one of my favorite tables. I'm just going to remember how to do this. So this is a tavern name generator. This is my friend. I don't know if I should be giving out his real name, but he goes by Mysterious Alpaca. So you got this here on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the tavern name generator. So I just love this because this is something that I use in my games all the time, because one thing I struggle with is coming up with interesting tavern names. So we've got a whole bunch of structures of names. So we've got a pair of somethings, we've got a pair of descriptors and something, and then the adjective noun, or the number of objects, or the something in. So we've got all these different structures, and it picks one at random for you. The old classic, the adjective noun, that's a 25% chance. I think that's pretty reasonable. So my friend, my alpaca friend here, just created this amazing list. So let's see what we can get here. So we've got the sheep's arms, we've got the two horseshoes, we've got the owl and knight, the angry maiden, the stinking miller, and I think the goblin's arms, perfect. So I'm never not impressed with what I get from this. I'll always find a great table name, and it's something I would never have thought of myself. I can't recommend this one enough. If you just type in tavern in the search, you'll find it. And again, if you wanted to go old school, you roll your 20-sided dice. So say you rolled a 5, you'd have the something something, the noun's object, and so you would roll on this. You'd click here. Of course, it's not going to work. No, it's thinking. But you'd be able to roll on these subtables. And we appear to be having a bit of a technical issue there, so maybe we'll just move on from that. But yes,
it actually did what it was supposed to. You pushed the button, and it
oh yes,
calculated all the information and gave you the name.
Oh yes. Okay, and just now, like I'm looking at it now. It has just loaded up, so we'll just use the honor system there. You can take me at my word on that one. But yes, no, there is. It's a great one, and in my personal game, I basically, instead of just saying, oh, you go to a tavern, because everyone wants to go to a tavern in their fantasy games, I actually had this is a true facts example of how Chartopia inspires you. I had a great encounter by going to the tavern name. The one that I got was the Salty Tiefling, which I thought was fantastic. And it was probably salty meant in a flavor descriptor, but I decided that no, this tiefling is going to be pretty salty. So the party enter the tavern, and the first thing the tiefling says is, "What the hell do you want?" And that basically just flavored the entire encounter. And that could have just been I could have just said, "Oh no, you go into a bar. What do you order? Oh, that's nice. And do you roll to hit on someone? No." So, but no, we had built into the name. We had exactly what the flavor of the session was going to be, and they had a lot of laughs. They laughed with the character. They laughed with the tiefling. They thought it was a great. They weren't expecting that, and it was something different, which I just wouldn't have. If you had to come up with a name off the top of your dome, come up with a personality, I probably would have just been the most generic guy ever. The most generic barkeep, the handlebar mustache and cleaning his glasses. But no, we came up with something really different.
No, absolutely. That is actually great. And when I think about it, like in my own campaigns where I've pulled things off the top of my head, you're right. Generally, if that character wasn't meant to do something or be somebody, it would be super generic. But because you had the name of the tavern already, and you're like, you know what? It's the Salty Tiefling because it's an angry tiefling that owns.
Yeah, he's pretty salty. Yeah. So
your cousin from down under, James. Question. This is a silly hypothetical question, but is it theoretically possible to create a table so nestled that you could run your whole campaign without any player input? But I also believe that would be called writing a novel. But
Yeah, I've seen that name. Yeah, I think if you can find players who are into that, then you do you, James. I have to say though, I've been at that table where the dungeon master just wanted to play the game themselves and have everyone react to his amazing game, and it's not the thrill that it's cut up to be. Is it? You can tell yourself, oh, gosh, they're gonna love it when I do this to them, and then I make them do this. But I don't know, James. I don't know.
So I'm actually navigating the chat right now, and it is a combination of Chartopia questions and feedback on Chartopia, and the discussion on building a blind character is all nestled in one spot. only on a Nerdarchy live chat do these things happen.
Hey, look, you've got some creative people in your followers, Dave. I've seen your comments. So look, don't just joke about this, okay? Let's make this magic happen. Chartopia.d12dev.com. Create an account, make it. I would love to see what people are coming up with. If just put somewhere in there that you saw this on the Nerdarchy channel, because I would love to see what some of the commenters are making.
Well, I already know at least one account has been made, and all that information is in the description, so you guys can just open that up, click over there, go check it out.
I can see we actually just we're on 149 users, so it was actually my birthday on Sunday, so I didn't get my wish of 150 users for my birthday, so maybe we can make it a late present, because that'd be just great.
I'm sure that's going to happen, and possibly many more. You know, when this video's up, and did you get your 150? They're saying happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much, guys. Thank you. You gave me exactly what I wanted. So yeah, no, we're seeing. Yeah, I've got a little running total of tables and things like that. I can see there hasn't been many tables being made on the fly, but that's sort of, I can understand that. But no, we've just hit 150.
Awesome.
151 now.
Bill said, "Love the site. I just created an account. Told my GM about the site." So people are checking it out, which is awesome. And you guys have a great idea. And like one of the discussions we had like previously, and one of the reasons why you wrote some articles over on Nerdarchy is because you're having a little trouble getting it out there. And
oh yeah, it's kind of a funny thing to sort of explain. Yeah, just exactly what we're trying to do. Like a few of the commenters thought it was like, no, we're not just making tables for you. This is a community. This is where everyone can come together. We want to see what other people can come up with, because I'm not the most inspired guy. I wouldn't, I'm the guy who would just have a generic barkeep at his bar. I can't do everything. I can't come up with everything. And if it was just one person making these tables, it would be boring. We want to see what the world has. We want to see what everyone can come up with. And we want this to be the place to be. We're getting in close to 600 tables. If you were feeling creative, you want to make a table yourself, why not come to Chartopia and add to that? Why not make this the place where everyone thinks to go?
Are you guys still accepting testers into your private group?
I think we might be needing to review that, but yes, I do see we do have a new request. I think I could have sworn I approved that. Is that link in the?
It is.
Yep.
It is. This is before I pointed it out. I was just going to ask.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, we're definitely open to more testers. We're definitely open to more people who are keen on helping us out and letting us know where this needs to go and what they want from it. We're just your humble servants. So Yeah, no, please. If you've got some thoughts about this, check out the link, and we'll see if we'll see what we can do
Yeah,
together.
because in the description they can find a link to Chartopia, which you can go sign up for your free account and start using the
Hmm.
games right now. You
Oh
can.
yes.
There's a link to the Facebook group, so you guys. I believe there's a fake Facebook group and page, or just group. I got one or both in there. It depends on what there is. But anyway, there is a link to Facebook that you guys can click, and there's also a Twitter, so you can follow them on Twitter as well. So that,
Yeah,
this way you
definitely.
guys stay up to date.
Yeah, no. Well, I'd love to. Would love to get some more followers. Would love to get. Would love to hear people. Would love to hear some tweets about how this has helped you with your game. No, definitely.
Oh yeah, that would actually be a good idea too. Like, and maybe you guys should do like a chart tweet out a day or something, so that so people can see what's there.
Chart of the day. Yeah, no, definitely. We can definitely. That might be something we need to work at. Yeah, no, well, definitely chart of the week, or chart of the whatever, or hey, someone's rolled on this table 1,000 times. Check it out. Congratulations to the to the roll your entire game for your table for being rolled on 1,000 times.
Thanks, Scott. Scott said I'm going to let all of our players and DMs when I go to my D&D Adventure League game Wednesday evening. We have around 50 to 70 members, so he's going to put the word out for you over there.
Oh, thank you so much.
The
Oh,
day.
hello. Oh no, we're good.
So yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff there. There's a lot of good things you can do with that, and I feel like your community is probably going to grow a little bit now. After this interview, and you guys are doing a great thing over there, and that's why we decided to partner as Nerdarchy with Chartopia, because they were self-funding everything, and they're like the costs are going up, but we're not monetizing, so they started a Patreon. And we're like, well, how much, how can we help you guys out? And that's why, we now are going to be offering on our Patreon exclusive tables that are going to only be accessible from our patrons, that are kind of like on private and hidden pages. But that came about from the partnership with Chartopia. Because
Yeah.
because we think you guys are just doing a really cool thing over there, and we want to see it keep going, and not see you guys get discouraged and shut the doors down before you even get started.
Oh no, that. I have to say that was knowing that some a channel that was doing as amazing work as Nerdarchy is looking at little old Chartopia and saying, hey, you guys are doing something good, and we want to help you out. We want what you're doing to be a part of what we're doing. That was a huge boost for us, and I can't thank you enough. I'm really looking forward to seeing to making tables. I've started work on the first one already. I'm going to be making a table every month, I believe, is what we discussed. So that's going to be coming out soon. And if there's looking forward to seeing what your nerdarchists can do with the tables that you guys have made in Chartopia form.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it too. I actually should start diving more into Chartopia myself. It's a great resource. Again, like here at Nerdarchy, we're always swamped for time. There's so many more things we always want to get to that
Oh yes.
we just don't manage to. We want to watch more other creators. We want to read more blog posts. But at the end of the day, it's like we can either make content for you guys or go do that stuff. I literally get so backed up in work on Nerdarchy work when Netflix drops like a new Marvel series, because I like shut down all the rest of my life and just sit in front of the TV for 2 days.
That's got to be great when you can say that's your job, though. That's a business expense. Yes, got to stay current.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, well, the thing is that you just need to spend a little bit of time, Dave. Now, that's my challenge to you, okay, Dave? Spend a bit of time, find some of those tables that you like, and just put them on that list. Because then once they're there, they're on they're on your phone whenever you need to roll on them. You just need to be able to go to view your folders on your phone and just say, oh, you're fighting a goblin. Well, here's my name generator for goblins. We do have a very good one. It's 350 names. I used it myself to make my own goblin bard Mug. I'm very proud of that character, and he's got a great name. And you can just go bam, here we go. It's right there for you. Because I think once you've got that on your phone, once you've got that favorite hits, your favorite tables there on your phone, it's so easy to just get that out and press a button to find out what you want from it.
So I envisioned like going on there to make tables, and I don't know if any of you guys watch my sister's Scarlet Hood game, but if you do, I just envision going over there to make tables for my games, but instead I'm just going to end up making tables with all of Agnetha Armbreaker's quotes from the games.
Nice.
Because our one player Sam is amazing with the things that come out of her mouth. I know she doesn't think about it or plan it, but every game session there's at least one thing from her that's quotable.
Nice. Funny you mentioned that. We actually do have a quote, a random quote table. We have a bardic quote one. So instead of just saying I give you inspiration, you can just roll a d12 and get a quote there. But I think a name like Armbreaker tells me that this is no bard, or a bard in a particularly aggressive tavern.
She's one of the characters in one of the games I run. Agnetha.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And she always says crazy things like, "Ugh, I'm so full of rage. I just need a bath." Or I'm so mad. I gotta hurt something. Where's my glaive? I go down on that ogre like a bear. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head because there's so many. I need to compile them and make a chart of that.
That sounds great. No, that would be. I would love to have that on there. Definitely.
Yeah, I better start it before too long because I think we're up to we're going on session 13. So right now I could technically go back through and start pulling out the quotes.
Yeah, I mean, we've got that 1,000 cap. You better make it before you run out of space.
So for the do you have to approve the people when they create their accounts?
There's an email service that gets sent through. Yes.
Okay, they just have to go click the link and get approved. Okay,
that's the one.
Well, only because someone asked a question, and either that or they're talking about the Facebook group. I'm not entirely sure. Someone also said they're going to share it in their. Oh, here it is. Mike Harris, share it to my FB group of 5,000. So
nice.
So it looks like the word might start getting out there. Hopefully we can take a small part in that and help with it. Because it's this kind of stuff that just makes the community better, makes it grow. Creating and there's nothing more rewarding than creating your own community, which you guys are kind of doing over there at Chartopia.
Yeah, definitely. No, that's what it's all about, and yeah, just I can't thank you enough for this opportunity. It's been great. It's been great to be able to have the chances that you've given us. You've done. Hopefully one day we're going to be looking at our Chartopian empire and just be able to say, well, thank you, Dave, and the Nerdarchists for the hard work you did for us.
So when you're up in your glass tower looking out on your Chartopia,
yes,
kingdom,
my randomly generated kingdom.
That is awesome. Hey, we just like to help people that are doing cool nerdy stuff, and these live chats are a great opportunity for me to hang out with people that are doing things that are cool and interesting. It's awesome when we can get guests, like David Harbour or Steve Kenson or WebDM or Matt Colville. But I also like just getting people that are doing cool things and interesting things that and hopefully they'll get to that point where people are looking for them the way they're looking for Matt Colville or a WebDM. And you got a great product, so why not? And now
Yes.
it's just a matter for you to figure out like the business model behind it.
Oh yeah, we've got a few ideas. We've got a few ideas about what that's going to be. It's always going to be something that's free, but then we may be looking at a premium subscription service. We might be looking at maybe. Hey, I think the Roll20 idea is something. The online service thing is something we may need to look into. Yeah, no, get that Roll20 money.
Yeah, so hopefully something will come about with that. And hey, the more people you have thinking about stuff, the more ideas. It's just going to help with everything. But I think we're right around our hour mark, so it's about that time when we're going to wind down. And I'm going to thank everyone for hanging out with us. We've been between 50, 60 people throughout. Thank you, Scott, for getting up super early to come hang out with us and share Chartopia with all of our little nerdarchists out there. So
it's been great. Wouldn't miss it for the world.
So with that, until next time, guys, stay nerdy.